Hey gang, DMart95 here, continuing on with the Taida 190cc engine kit. This is for RCQ. So far what we've done, we've got a 3mm extended stroke crank in there, 63mm piston, big valve, big port head, T100 camshaft. Everything's been going good. Now, here we are. This is the customer's original gears right here. He's got a 13/40 gear ratio. He really asked me to give him some advice on gearing, but I don't really do that because then if they get it and they're not happy with it, then it's like WTF. So I just don't recommend gears. If you want to change your gears, this is your gears. When people talk about changing your gears, little gear, big gear. Gear ratio, 13/40. That means teeth. 13 teeth by 40 teeth. Okay? So, anyways, what you got to do, what we're doing from this point is, this is all his... Oh, it should be noted, too. I often hear them used interchangeably. This is the transmission of the GY6. The CVT is the clutch, the variator, and the belt, then your transmission. So anyways, just thought I'd throw that little FYI out there. So, moving on. The first step you got to do is you have to put the clutch shaft through your... Oh, this is something else I should... I stuck my hand in grease. Just one second. Okay. This is what the customer sent me on his engine. This is a brand new block, and I just did not feel right putting this back on there. This is going to require some heavy duty cleaning. I don't have the time for that right now. I've got a collection of GY6 engine blocks that'll go out to the shop, and I'll have them cleaned professionally. But anyways, I had to use a brand new transmission cover. That's what this is right here. It's got the blue Viton seal in it. All the bearings are brand new. So, this is completely brand new stuff right here. The entire transmission, except his gears, is brand new. But the gears are on the inside. Nobody's going to see it. Plus, they're in good shape. I looked at all the teeth. All the teeth are in good shape. Same here. So anyways, to install the gears is really pretty simple. First step, make sure you put your dowel pins. I've already done that. You've got 2 of them. 1, 2. Insert your dowel pins. Those are for alignment. Okay, now is what you're going to be doing. This gasket, I still got to hit it with copper gasket spray, but you're going to have to fold it right here. I went ahead and lined it up. You do a dry fit before you spray it with the gasket spray. So I went ahead and put my creases so that when I put it on there, it's going to be, I don't have to fidget with it and try to cram it down in there and mess with the copper gasket coat that I put on there. So anyways, I have to go spray this, and that'll give that a minute to get tacky, and then I'll install the gears. So I'll be right back as soon as I coat this. Alright, so I got the copper gasket on there. I'm letting it get tacky for a minute. Now, earlier on in the video, I made a FYI about using assembly lube and not grease. Well, that's for the internal of the engine. When it comes to wheel bearings, I use Mobile Full Synthetic wheel bearing grease. This is completely synthetic, and this is different. It's not going to clog up no oil ports. It doesn't matter if it stays in them bearings. Now this I apply quite liberally. I put it all over, and it's really good stuff. So I got that in there. Now, first step we got to do is we got to put in our gears. So, start with this one right here. Put that in there. grab your drive shaft and final. This is called your final gear. Actually, these are called your final gear set. Boom. Stick it in there. And everything's going good. So, actually, now I just got to wait for a little bit for the gasket to get tacky. But anyways, from this point, really all you do is put that on there and tighten down the bolts. So I'll be right back as soon as the gasket gets tacky. For you guys, it'll be just, a second. For me, it'll be like 15 minutes. Alright. Now that once you get your gasket on there, just go ahead and mount the two together. Alright. So just squeeze it on down a little bit. And that's it. So go ahead and grab your bolts and tighten it down. And that's how you install the transmission. Your gears. Your clutch gear, your drive shaft gear, and the other gear. I don't know what it's called. So, what do we got left? Alright, we'll do one more video after this one. Finalize it. I gotta put the valve cover on there, the tensioner, and that's about it. So, I'll go ahead and get this bolted on down and be back in just 1 second. Oh yeah, one thing I should add before I go any further. Where on earth did I set it? Right here. You're going to want to get Permatex Thread Locker Blue or Loctite Thread Locker Blue. Just get a little bit of that, just a little dab on the end of it. It's getting late here. Alright, get a little dab and put it in. You do not want a lot. If you put a lot, it's going to squish out the end, and you're going to make a mess, and you defeat the purpose of using it because it doesn't quite sit up right. So anyways, just continue on. Just itty bitty blob. Boop, 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 boop. That's it. See? I wiped some off. You only want a little bit. Alright. So I'm not going to make you watch me tighten all these down. However, I will note, what I do is I get them all kind of hand tight. I go around in a star pattern, and then I go down and I torque them all down. So I'll be right back in just a second. Alright, now one of the other last steps, you do not put any thread locker on these. I got brand new ones of these too. This is his drain bolts. I put brand new copper crush rings on there. Make sure it doesn't leak. You put one, and here, well, I'm always like dropping it because I'm like doing it on an awkward angle, trying to stay out of view of the camera. So that one goes in there. These are 10 millimeter, and the other one goes in the bottom. Right in there. And just tighten it on down. And that's it. And go ahead and tighten this one on down. Alright. So, the transmission is completely sealed up. Brand new Viton seals throughout the whole thing. I know. That's great. I know because it's blue makes absolutely no... I mean, blue is their premium. But I think the blue just adds a little bit of bling, a little aesthetic to it. Has no impact whatsoever on functionality. But, I think the blue and copper makes it look classy. In the light, it kind of looks gold, that copper spray. But in other light, it depends on what kind of light you're in. So, but anyways, moving on back to this. Hang on just one sec. Alright, now to test it, when I turn this over here, see this move? The yellow dot. Try to hold this engine still. See? Your clutch turns over here by your variator. Turning this turns your wheel. So that's how you install the transmission on a GY6. So this is gonna finish up this video. Trans is done. Last two things I gotta do. I gotta install the Kickstarter gear, but a lot of people has asked me about that, so I'm gonna do its own video for just the Kickstarter gear. And then I gotta dress her up. I gotta put a oil dipstick in here, the oil plug, valve cover, timing tensioner, and then she's done. And a spark plug. So we'll finish that up in the next couple videos and be done with it. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed building this engine. As you can see, I've got a BMS Heritage right over here myself. That's the exact kind of scooter that this engine's going on. I so want to just put this motor on there. But I'm going to buy a kit just like this when I get free time. And I'm going to do one for myself. This is a very, very nice engine. So, anyways, I'm done with the trans, and this is DMart95. If you guys want to talk about anything you've seen in the video, have any questions, hit me up on my forum, www.dansgaragetalk.com. If you want to buy anything, we stock the entire Taida lineup for the 150 and 50cc. You can build it all the way up to 232 if you get a B block. So hit up my store if you need anything at shop.martinmopeds.com. DMart95, and I'm signing out. Later on, guys and gals.